Hello everyone, welcome to Detox the Design Podcast. This is your host Sanjay Reddy and today's episode is going to be a little bit different from the usual ones because we are going to talk about the art of card making. Yes, you heard it right. We're going to talk about how one can make cards, how we can conceptualize making cards, etc. Now, to talk about that, I have Swati Gupta here with me today. Now, she is an amazing crafter and the founder of Hues of Memories. She makes beautifully conceptualized and customized cards for her clients. She has been published by LBB and Telangana Today newspaper. She is associated with brands like Tubbycraft, Duende Box, and Beyond Eggs. Her Instagram handle is @Hues of Memories. Do check it out, and I assure you, you will fall in love with her work because the cards that she designs are more than just greeting cards. They have a story to tell. And we're going to listen to her story today. So let's just dive into it. So hi Swati, how is it going for you?
Going good. Do you tell me?
It's really good to see you after a long time because I don't know when we met actually. When was
Hyderabad?
that?
A few
Yeah,
months ago when you came for a workshop, I guess, or something. I think you were
workshop.
visiting your
Yeah. I think I was visiting my relatives and I
yes,
met you then.
yes,
Yeah, February
yes.
to be precise. Yeah, February.
Exactly, before the lockdown
Yeah.
happened.
So,
And we
uh,
discussed so much.
yeah, I know that was a long, long discussion that we had from evening till
And
dinner, I think.
Utkarsh was a part of it and he was be like, oh my god, where am I stuck? These two people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I thank you for taking time out and doing this with me because it's going to be a really interesting discussion today about card making and everything. Because something I've found out, like when I remember the first time that I met you, and you
Yeah.
were showing your handmade cards in that artists meet, and I still
Yeah.
remember, and I still have those cutouts, the brown color cutout that you gave to each and every one of us to try something with card making and all. I still have those cards, and I am in awe of all the things that you create since then because I have never seen anybody create something like that, and that is totally amazing. I'm totally stoked and excited to have this conversation with you.
And thank you for having me. Thank you for making me a part of your podcast and your journey, sharing our journey with so many people via you. And thank you for all that. And plus, card making is something that was not very known in India. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
As you told you were in awe, I was amazed when I saw that something known as professional card making. My God! Then I realized, okay, there's so much more to this that I could have ever imagined. I was into paper crafts and
Mhm.
quilling and etc. But this came out uh, like a magical thing for me. And then I have dedicated myself more than 6 years now for this. So
Wow,
yes,
6 years is a long time, huh?
yes, I started in February 2014,
Wow. So
and since then I've been just creating.
how did it start? Like February 2014. Now, where were you at that point?
I was in Bangalore.
Okay.
I was in my obviously full time corporate world. I was
Okay.
working for IBM then,
Mhm.
and uh, now my husband, then my boyfriend. So
Okay.
it started like that. First thing was the scrapbook that I
Okay.
created for him. Those image cutouts, how to write on it, everything,
Mhm.
how to manage the layout. And then suddenly I realized, oh, this is coming very naturally to me. I mean, it's good. When I showed it to people, I didn't feel it's good, but when I showed it to people and the reaction were, oh, we want a template, we want you to
Yeah.
create something for our girlfriend, boyfriend, etc., etc. And I was like, do people really like it, or they're just saying like this because I'm their friend? After that, I created cards for him. I created quilling cards and small things which I used. He was in Delhi, so I had to courier everything,
Wow.
and then he used to open it in office, and everybody would be like, "Oh my God, your girlfriend has such great taste, and she's so
I'm
artistic,
sure he would have
creative."
felt so good that
Yes,
you have that kind of a thing where you're opening it in the office and a lot of people are coming in and saying, "Oh, your girlfriend is so nice that she's sending you all this stuff."
yes. And especially all the girls around him, and they're like, wow, this is so nice. I can take this idea, I'll also do this. Can you ask her to share how did she did it and everything? So it started like that. And later in July I met with an accident.
Mhm.
So I broke my femur bone and I was in
Oh,
bed rest for 3 months,
oh,
hospitalized for I think 10 days or something. And
that's.
near Bangalore, I was traveling with my friends.
Mhm.
Uh, that was my first ever, what you say, friends out trip I was
Oh,
going.
that's sad. That's really sad.
That I know I have never been after that. I mean, for a long time.
Oh,
So
I really feel
it
sorry for
stopped
you.
me. My office stopped because 3 months I
Uh,
couldn't work, and then I 3 months I couldn't walk also. So
oh.
it was horrible in bed. And then I came to my hometown in
Mhm.
Kanpur, UP,
Mhm.
and then I started working from there for my office, working from home. And simultaneously, I would watch these videos about makeup and stuff and everything because that was trending that time.
Okay.
Blogging, fashion blogging, all these bloggers were coming out and they were speaking. I was very influenced by all that. But side by side, I was also watching how to make stuff at home when you're sitting because I was getting bored.
Yeah.
So then Utkarsh ordered some stuff from Itsy Bitsy for me
Hmm.
because Itsy Bitsy was the only store that time that was delivering online.
Yeah.
And then I got into quilling and I started quilling and I started making handmade things. And I loved it. And that was the only time that I felt, okay, I can do something just by sitting at home. And it's
Mhm.
okay because I couldn't go out, I couldn't walk properly. Then it took me again 4 to 5 months to walk
Okay.
with a crutch. I
Oh.
came back to Bangalore, joined my office, uh, but then again in March 2015, I had to undergo another surgery because my bones were not uh, joining.
Wow.
So I again had a setback
Intense.
of 1 month. I know,
Intense.
yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was, and I was into dancing and everything, and I had to leave everything for that time moment. So
Yeah,
then
I
again,
can
I went through
understand
a
the,
surgery.
trauma that you felt because you're somebody who moves a lot and then you're suddenly
I
restricted.
know,
Yeah.
and I was into dancing as I told.
Yeah.
So the first thought that came to me was, will I ever be able to dance or be into sports? I was into sports also. So then
Yeah.
this happened, and then 1 month I took rest. Again, I started. I never stopped making something
Okay.
while this all was happening. I was always creating. I was creating flowers. I was creating something. When I came back to Bangalore, opportunities to get stuff
Hmm.
open. So
Okay.
few of my friends were coming from US. So I asked them to bring some things
Okay.
for me.
Okay.
They brought, and then when I received that in my hand, I remember that feeling that, oh my god, this is gonna be so
Yeah.
amazing. I remember, I mean, it was amazing. The tools, the stuff,
Right.
all the shiny blingy things, everything, it was amazing.
So what was
And
the first thing that you made when you received those things?
I think I made a card for the person who brought me those things.
Oh wow,
It
that's
was
really
a
sweet of you.
Shakespeare card. Yes, he still has it, and he shows me, and he's like, "This is the worst work you have done compared to what you're doing now." He still shows me that, and he's like, "Dude, I want an upgrade." And it was a shaker card back then, and
Hmm.
I was very new into all this.
Yeah.
I started creating, and I was creating so much
Hmm.
that it felt very complete. I used to stay late at night,
Hmm.
and I was living with my relatives in Bangalore, and Utkarsh was in Delhi. So
Okay.
there, I used to make and send, and again all this. Then Utkarsh
Okay.
was moving to Germany for his studies.
Okay.
So I made a whole yearly package for him, for birthdays,
Wow.
anniversaries, all that cheesy stuff.
Oh wow.
I did all that, and those cards actually were liked by so many people,
Huh?
and they're like, "Can you make this for me?" But obviously, back then they used to ask it for free because I'm doing it as a hobby.
Yeah.
I was very reluctant. I did do some mistakes. I did make for some people
Hmm.
who was there just with me to get some stuff from me
Mm-hmm.
free.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then that's how it started. And
Yeah.
my first order from one of my office mate,
Hmm.
for his wife, uh, uh, and his wife birthday was the next day, and
Okay.
he had no clue what to give. So one of my colleagues told, why don't you tell Swati to make a card for your wife, and you can
Oh,
just
wow.
purchase it from her and something like that. I was like, no, no, why will someone pay me rupees for my stuff? I'm not that good. But it happened. It happened. She was, her name is Pragna. I would definitely like to mention her. She was really supportive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, apart from Utkarsh and my best friend Nurul,
Okay.
these two people were there, but still she was very supportive, and then it all started.
That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Meanwhile, I also started my Instagram page, so all that was also
Okay,
there.
okay. So
Yeah.
2014, you said you started the of all these things. Now I would like to know how exactly, you jumped into this full time. Like when was it that you decided, okay, this job is not working and I need to quit this job. I'm sure it's a good pay. I'm sure, because
It
we
was.
all make those decisions. Okay,
Yes.
so when was this and how difficult was it to do that?
Uh, so it's a long journey. Plus, it was a very long decision. So when I was a bachelor,
Okay.
before getting married, I have three siblings. So via my salaries,
Mhm.
most of their fees
Yeah.
or something was getting paid. So I
Mhm.
had responsibilities.
Mhm.
And of course, after marriage, also I was working. I shifted from Bangalore to Noida after marriage. Problem was my whole team was in Bangalore and I was alone working from there, and it was very monotonous. And plus, I had difficulties in the communication part and so many other things. And I was like, this is not working. I mean, either I should switch my company or I should do something, because the whole
Mm.
team is sitting there, and I didn't have the best experience in corporate.
Okay.
In that company, I had changed from IBM and I switched to another company,
Okay.
and I didn't have the best experience. The teammates, the
Mhm.
part where, I don't know if I should mention this, but the part where women are
Right.
considered as if they can do everything. I mean,
Mm.
you shouldn't be too ambitious, you
Mm.
shouldn't be too good at your work, or you should be only doing housework or something like that. There are
Yeah.
people who have this kind of
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah.
So there were so many
Sadly,
things
yes.
happen.
Mm.
Yes, I know, and I know people who will be listening to this will understand, because I have had conversations with so many of my female colleagues and
Mm-hmm.
friends who have faced issues. Then I was very depressed place, you can say,
Yeah.
where I would feel, what should I do? Am I stuck? And I have to pay my bills. Recently got married. We shifted to a new place. We also got a dog. Coco was 2 months old when we got him.
Oh,
So it was quite a responsibility, getting up in the morning, cooking, leaving for office. And Utkarsh was traveling from Delhi to Gurgaon.
oh
So it
wow.
was 2 hours journey for him from one side. So commute was too much for him.
Yeah.
So he couldn't help me much in the housework, because he had to leave at 6 a.m. sharp in the morning,
Wow.
and he would be back at home at 9 a.m., 9 p.m. So most of the things were falling apart for us. And either you can say, we had to cook, to take care of the dog, then take care of the house, clean,
Mm.
everything.
Mm.
Even though we had house help, it was not working for us.
Mm.
And that's where everything got hectic. So January 2019, last year, I
Okay.
decided, I was in a mindset that I will leave my job someday because it's not working.
Okay.
As you go up in the ladder in corporate, it gets very difficult, and you see more working women as you go up in the ladder.
Okay.
I feel so. I mean, I don't know. It's all
Okay.
about companies. And then I decided, okay, let me do one thing. Let me experiment for 3 to 4 months, where
Okay.
I'll give my 100% to my job, my current job, and 100% when I'm home to my use of memory. Everything that I can do. I started that. I started showing my face more. Started showing up on Instagram. Instagram is the main source of clients for me
Okay.
currently also.
Okay.
So I started showing my face there. I started showing my work more, tried to work with strategies, marketing. It was
Okay.
difficult because I don't have any degree or anything.
Yeah.
I also took some online courses and offline courses on digital marketing,
Okay.
which were very helpful. I think people ignore all these small factors, but you should uh,
Hmm. Hmm.
definitely go into all these things, because even if you create a A1 piece that's superb and out of the world, if you don't know how to sell it, it's
Yeah.
useless.
Exactly.
It's useless.
Exactly.
So I got into digital marketing. I learned from few startups. I attended workshops. I used to search for workshops every weekend, where is something happened that's related to business. So I attended all those,
Hmm.
and gradually it became better.
Okay.
So even if I was earning 10% of what I was earning from my corporate, I was happy because the income was constant.
Hmm.
I mean, it's increasing, but the
Okay.
10% is constant. So what I decided is, okay, let's take it a step more.
Mm-hmm.
So on
Okay.
occasions I started, and then I started so many other things. It was a hit and trial method also. I presented something. Some things worked, some things didn't work. So you have to analyze everything.
Yeah.
And then came a time when Utkarsh got a job in Hyderabad. And I was like, dude, now I have to
Wow.
shift to Hyderabad now.
Oh.
And I have to search for a new job and
Yeah.
what all not. And I can't stop this. And in the meanwhile, I started a 100-day challenge where I was creating for 100.
I
Was
remember that.
supposed to create for 100 days. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, each day you have to take out time to create something.
Yeah.
And this was something that's very personal to me because I started it with two goals. My why and how was very clear, like
Okay.
why I want to do this challenge and how I want to do it.
Yeah.
And I also attended courses on how to make your 100-day challenge successful
Okay.
because I like to do my research. I like to do my research for everything that I'm trying to get into.
Okay.
And I was getting a steady income from Hues of Memories, not too much, of course, but yeah, it was steady. That's the main thing for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I decided to think about leaving my job because Utkarsh was about to shift to Hyderabad and I don't have a job in Hyderabad, so I was staying in Delhi. May he shifted to Hyderabad. I was there in Delhi taking care of my dog, taking care of the family and other household things,
Yeah.
and was alone there basically and taking care of Hues of Memories also. And that time, those 2 months when I was separated from him and I had to do things on my own, I realized I was so efficient that I can pull this off. I
Yeah.
mean, I have tried. It's working. Since January, I'm working each day.
Yeah.
100-day challenge was going good.
Mm.
And suddenly we decided that I will leave my job. And May end, I had resigned. I mean, I've put my papers and I was serving the notice period then. Luckily, my notice period got shortened due to something in the company, and I was released on 22nd July last year.
Okay.
It's exact almost 1 year.
Yeah, it's
So
exactly
today,
1 year.
yes, so July 26th is when I shifted to Hyderabad. I moved to Hyderabad
Oh wow,
with
this is
all my luggage.
exactly like this day.
Exactly 1 year. Exactly, yes.
What a
So,
coincidence.
yeah. And that changed so many things for me.
Mm.
It was a whole other world,
Yeah.
not waking up and succumbing to death that I have to go to office
Yeah,
now.
I know, I can imagine that. And
Yeah, but there is a lot of calculated risk that we decided because we had EMIs to pay, we
mm,
had bills to pay, and how will things happen? So we did some calculative risk. Of course, we know that as I switch into full time doing this, I won't immediately start earning in thousands of dollars. Of course not.
yeah,
Of course
yeah,
not.
yeah,
So we also took all those things in mind. We took a buffer period where Hues of Memories would be setting up for a good
yeah,
future or good things where I can actually start earning better
right.
from this. We took all those things in mind. It was not a random decision. It was very very calculative, keeping in mind my mental stability also. If I would have stayed in corporate,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was
A-
it.
And as I know Utkarsh and I know how he calculates things, so I think this was a deadly combination that you guys pulled it off. I mean, I would
Seriously,
definitely like I have always told you this, like behind every successful man is a strong woman, but behind
yes.
you there is Utkarsh.
There is, he gave me the confidence that he can take care of my family even if I fall, even if
Mm,
I am not there to help them.
mm,
So that kind of confidence he gave me. He was like, you just go ahead. If you make a mistake, I'm there to help you, but
yeah,
just go make mistakes,
yeah,
learn. He
it's amazing.
from the start, from our start of the relationship, he was always focusing on this. If you fall, I'm there to pick you up, but do fall so you
Yeah,
realize what went wrong. So
yeah.
that was amazing. That's how I grew as a person so much. He has a lot of patience, which I don't have. He
It's really good to
taught
know
me
that you
to
have a
be
partner like
patient.
that. You know,
Yes,
that's a blessing.
definitely. Yeah, I don't accept it in front of him.
He'd be really happy
That that's
when this, video comes out. So he'd be really happy to
oh God,
watch
he
it.
listened to all this and he'll be like, oh, he'll be on cloud nine. I know, but
Yeah,
definitely it helps. Plus,
yeah.
his parents were supportive. My parents were supportive. My
Hmm,
siblings were super supportive. My best friends,
hmm,
oh my God, everyone was very supportive.
hmm,
And somewhere I knew, even if I fall straight on my
hmm,
face,
hmm,
there are people to pick me up.
hmm,
So
hmm.
that was a very, it was like an insurance for me.
Yeah,
So I started, and touch wood, it's good. It's
that's good.
going
That's good.
good. Each day, definitely you have to put in work. Even
Hmm,
if you're sick, you're
yeah.
not, but you have to.
But then how did you come up with the brand name, like Hues of Memories? How did you come up with that?
So October, I think 2014, not 14. Yes, I don't remember the year,
Okay.
but we were deciding.
Huh.
I think 2015, October 2015. Yes, that what should be my Instagram handle name. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't want Swati in it because it's a very common name,
Hmm.
and I didn't want craft or creative or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there's this colleague of mine. He was preparing for IIM. I mean CATS.
Mhm. Okay.
He was selected in IIM that
Hmm.
till that time. So I told him, I challenged him that you know so many things and you can't figure out a name for me, something
Okay.
like that. Next day he came up with the name.
That's a really good way to, get people to work.
Yeah. And he was in his notice period, and I was like, figure out a name for me. How difficult it is for you. You have
Uh,
so many words in your vocabulary. Just figure out something
right.
very nice, creative. He came up with hues of, I mean, something related to hues. Then we sat down for 10 minutes. It took us to figure out the name that we wanted. And as I heard it,
Hmm.
I felt it that this belongs to me now.
That's good.
Immediately, within 1 week, uh, my Instagram page was there. I bought
Hmm.
the domains as well
Oh,
because
wow.
I knew how unique it was.
Yeah.
I searched everywhere, each platform, if anything with the name Hues of Memories is there or not. There was nothing.
Hmm.
And I was so relieved. So
Hmm.
immediately we bought the domains. I don't know why I bought the domains. I've not done anything till now. But yeah, it was like I just bought it. I had to because I cannot give the same to anyone
Yeah,
else.
yeah, exactly.
And then when I told this to Utkarsh, he's like, "Oh, you know, Hues of Memories short form is home. So
Hmm.
that's home.
Yeah, right.
HOME." So I was
Yeah,
very happy. Oh wow, yes, it is.
which
And
is
that's
good.
how the name came.
Yeah,
Yes,
which is
I
good.
didn't. I didn't think when I told him, he was like, "Oh, this comes out to be this," and it was good. And I'm like, "This is the perfect match. I want this now. This is my name." It was difficult for me also to pronounce it at first. And if people ask me what's your page, I'm like Hues of Memories, and I have to spell it. But now I think people know me by Hues of Memories. They don't know
Yeah,
my real name. They know
yeah.
me by Hues of Memories,
And that's
which
very
is
true
good.
because I was, I'll be very honest because whenever I have to call you or something, I'll type Hues of Memory first and then I'll go back and say, okay, no, this is Swati. Yeah, right, Swati. And then dial it out. So it
Yes,
happens.
it happens. It happens definitely. People ping me high Hues of Memories,
Acha.
and like, okay, yes, uh, this is Hues of Memories here.
Yeah.
I do have so many memories with me, so yes.
That's good. That's good. So now, how do you conceptualize the art of making a card? Okay, now I want to talk to you about this because see, I've seen a lot of greeting cards, and been that person. I would go to gift shops and buy greeting cards, even for my mom. Okay, big greeting cards for her birthday or
Yes,
anything. I'd buy that. Like I've done that all my childhood, and
we all have done that. Archie's
yeah,
big cards.
exactly, Archie's. And then when I saw your card, your skill and how you use those stamps, how you use those papers, different papers,
Yes,
all those things, it's different. Okay, I couldn't find
yes,
that in Archie's, to be very honest, because I've been a person who would visit Archie's for anything that I had to buy as a gift.
I know.
And I've been that person, and that's why I say, because that's why I'm asking you, like, how do you conceptualize the card? Like, how do you conceptualize the like when you get a brief, how do you go about it?
So first thing that I started with, uh, especially card making, when I searched, there were very limited card makers in India, of
Mhm.
course. Most of my knowledge that I've gained is from international crafters via their online classes or YouTube. And I was like, will it work in India? Because
Mm,
you're
mm,
serving a product to someone.
mm.
You have
Yeah.
to do your research, right? And then I figured out that people are loving the custom things because
Mm,
I have done before coming on Instagram. It was almost an year I was doing all this, and I used to gift cards to my friends who
mm,
I know. Suppose my best friend Nurul,
mm,
he loves Batman. So
mm,
I gave him a card that is all about Batman. That's a
mm,
very old card. I have very few pics of it. It's not on Instagram. I had recreated it for someone, though.
mm.
And then I realized, why not? Why this is fun. I mean,
Yeah.
people love it. And then I start getting international orders as well, where people would
Wow.
brief me about everything. I
Nice.
would every time I receive a custom request, uh, card order request, I'll ask them a little brief so that I know what to talk about. And I would ask them their number and I would call them and maybe have a chat as long as I can imagine and think how will I uh, put this on paper
Okay.
using stamps, illustrations, tape, cutouts, everything.
Mm,
Then they give me a brief. The briefing involves what will be the size.
yeah.
Do they want a normal folding card or do they want some interactive elements in them?
Mm,
And then I started with the interactive elements where a recipient or the card holder will interact with the card in some or the other way. There'll be
right.
small pockets, or there'll be some bits that shake,
Mm,
or there's a small chit where it's written pull up, so they can pull up
wow.
something like that. That's very intriguing for them. Okay, there's something hidden at the back. Should I open
Yeah.
it? It's like that.
Yeah.
And then I would see how, suppose if someone is going abroad for studies, so where are they going? If I can pick up some place from there and I can put it in the card. So I
Right.
conceptualize like this. I add elements, small elements that make it special.
Mm,
Because if a customer has a briefing where they want 30 things, I don't put
right.
30 things.
Okay.
I put 10 things that work brilliantly together
Right.
rather than some haphazard thing that confuses the recipient. Okay, what am I seeing here? So
Right.
I don't do that. And even if a customer tells me, no, I want 30 things, then I tell them in a way that please take out some 10 things, or maybe we can work on few other products,
Mm,
maybe
mhm.
a magnet or maybe something else.
Right.
But don't confuse the recipient when they receive. If it's a friend's theme card,
Yeah.
Friends TV series theme card, I don't want you to merge it with so many other things so that they get confused.
Yeah.
So that's how I conceptualize. I share my designs with the client, and when they approve it, I make it. Of course, it turns out maybe better, sometimes not better. Then
Mhm.
I recreate it. But that's how I go with the conceptualization, and I find and make new designs then.
Okay.
And sometimes those designs get so famous that everybody wants to tweak few elements, then they
Yeah.
want the same design. And
Right.
I have sold a few of my designs are so famous and so good that I have sold maybe 20 copies of those designs with few tweaks here and there.
Wow.
Maybe it's a anniversary, sorry, thank you,
Hmm.
or always I can change the text anytime.
Right.
Elements would change. Harry Potter theme, Friends theme, Batman theme, Marvel's theme.
Hmm.
So, but the designs would be same. So that's how I started designing, and I love the process. I love thinking, and I would feel I am in the place of the person who is gifting it. So how should I feel about the other person?
Yes.
How will the other person feel when he receives the card or she receives the card?
Hmm.
So I would imagine all that and just work on it. Then
Right.
sometimes it would take hours, it would take days,
Hmm.
but it happens. It happens eventually.
That's really nice. And I think you mentioned a really important point, and I really like about it is that you're making the other person feel something, right? That is
Right.
something I think that goes with everything, handmade or digital, but especially handmade because you're making everything from scratch for that particular
Exactly.
person, and you're able to put a lot of emotion into it so that people feel that when they see it, right? When they touch it, when they hold it.
Yes, yes, definitely. Because that's how I started making custom cards for Utkarsh. I
Hmm.
wanted him to feel special. I wanted him to feel loved. I
Hmm.
wanted him to feel that he's not alone if he's there.
Yeah.
And similarly, whenever I receive a card, even if it's for a friend, for a mother, how
Hmm.
will a mother feel when she receives a good Mother's Day card from his son who's abroad and who she
Right.
hasn't met since 1 year?
Right.
So, and a customized message inside, maybe a small picture inside.
Hmm.
She would open it, she would love it, something like that. They can. I
Beautiful.
have had
That's
clients
beautiful.
who had framed the card. They have
Yeah.
cut the card into two pieces and frame both the elements where there's a message written from their
Yeah.
son for them. And I understand it's a digital world. Of
Hmm.
course, we are moving forward. Everything is going online. E-cards are there. Everything is there. But I love that feel.
Yes.
People who read books can understand what I feel.
Exactly.
Kindle and books,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Similarly. So
Exactly.
that's the same thing for me.
That's,
And you feel the texture of the paper, the
yeah.
smell of the paper.
Hmm.
That all that triggers you somewhere. All of us have been a part of that SUPW activities where they
Yeah.
teach how to make how to glue elements and make things.
Yeah.
I think all of our childhood we have had drawing books and everything. So that takes you back there.
Yeah. And you mentioned something about texture and smell of paper. So what kind of papers do you work with?
I basically work with cardstocks.
Okay.
Cardstocks are, I mean, what do you say, normal paper, but they are very heavy quality and they are thick.
Okay.
So they won't warp. Even
Hmm.
if what happens is, even if you put a card for a year or so, it won't start warping.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
stays of the same quality for a long time. I
Okay.
have had cards that are like 3 to 4 years old. They're still the same.
Wow.
Everything in them is same. So that's why I like to work with high quality paper. So cardstock. In cardstocks, you get textured cardstock where the
Okay.
paper has some texture to it. The paper is plain. I also work with handmade papers, but very less.
Hmm.
And then there are watercolor papers and so many other. I like to experiment with everything.
Okay. Okay.
So that's how I started working with papers. I don't like buying all my materials uh, from a normal local store. I understand it's of okay quality, but it is not a school project. It is not
Hmm.
something
Yeah.
we are doing for school or college. So
Yeah.
someone is paying me for it. I
Yeah.
have to
Exactly.
give the best quality that I can give them.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I import my papers from US maybe. I have people in India, retailers, who I
Hmm.
ask them and pre-order from them. And
Okay.
then they get those stuff from the US. Also now everything in India is available,
Yeah.
mostly. So I try and find local vendors, suppliers, mostly these stamping companies and paper companies are owned by women. And
Oh,
I connect immediately with them.
that's
So
good.
I am in touch with many owners personally, where
Right.
I just have to ask them, and they're like, okay, yes, we'll do it for you, or we'll send it to you. So that's how I
Right.
start creating bonds. And coming back to the papers, different types of papers are there, different types of
And
transparent
fragrance?
papers.
Fragrance?
Fragrance depends.
Hmm.
I'll give you an example. This
Okay.
was delivered yesterday. These are all acetate sheet. These are transparent, but they have a print on them. Can you see?
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
So once you smell them,
Uh-huh.
they won't have any smell much. But if a large pack of paper comes, they definitely have that smell, that printer smell
Oh,
to
okay.
them.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
love that. When you open a new pack and it's
Uh-huh.
brand new, it's gorgeous, it's colorful. I love it.
So is it also possible that when you are making a card that you add some fragrance to it? Does it happen?
Definitely, you can. You can add maybe you can spray something on it uh, on a element which does not get hampered by liquid,
Ah,
right? So you
okay.
have to take
Okay.
care of these things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I had made cards that had lights on them. So you
Wow.
press a button
Huh?
and a light pops up. So those
Nice.
kind of cards were very famous.
Hmm.
You don't get the supplies very easily in India, but you
Hmm.
don't get customers also who order stuff like this.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's very
Very rare.
rare that someone
Rare.
orders, and then I yes,
Right.
because of course those will be costly plus, but I love those type of cards, and I have received great response from people
Hmm.
who have received those cards because it's so new.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
lights on paper. There's this
Exactly.
thin paper card, and how come there are lights in it? I know how the physics and the structure works,
Yeah,
but then for the recipient, it's very nice to have something like this.
exactly. And now, like you've been talking so much about the paper and how you conceptualize things. Right now, you've quit your job and you've started doing this, right? And
Yeah.
now, I mean, there's a difference, like a lot of difference, because you're in the corporate world sitting in front of the computer. And now, like once you go full time into it, you're experimenting with papers, exploring different
Yes.
ideas and stuff. And then you keep creating. I'm sure the productivity would have gone up. Like the content that you create
Yes.
would be more. And definitely the orders would have picked up slowly. And then you become associated with these brands, like,
Yes.
Tubby Craft, the Dundee Box, and Beyond Inks, right? All these three brands that you're associated with. How did the brand association happen?
Uh, I was never looking for a brand association from the start.
Okay.
What happens is when people start, what I have observed, they have expectations that brands will send them stuff for free.
Hmm.
They see an artist and they're like, oh my god, she received these many products. Of course, it's very good. It's
Hmm.
very good. There was first product that I received was from a brand named Bhasad.
Acha.
And it was a notebook. It
Okay.
was a notebook. It was a reusable notebook where you can write something and you
Huh?
can erase it. The papers were made of thick, what do you say? They had coating on them, plastic coating on them.
Oh.
So you don't have to waste notebooks, right? And when I get the message from them that you want your address because you want to send you something, I was in my office. I was jumping. I was in cloud nine because
Yeah,
somebody wants me to review the product. Oh my god!
I can
And
imagine.
that's how I start. Yes, that's and they were also starting.
Okay.
A few college girls.
Hmm.
They were starting this concept. I love the concept, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they sent me, I had put it on stories, of course, because it's something that you show
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, yeah, right, right.
It's all
It's a
about
good
that.
thing. Like
And
it's the outcome of
yes,
the hustle that you've been going through, right? So,
yes, and somebody saw me and they want to send a product to me to review. I was so happy. The same day, a very famous illustrator, if you know, doodle artist Neha Doodle,
mm-hmm,
she had they had sent her also, and she had put stories,
oh
and
wow.
people started compare. And it was a coincidence.
Yeah.
I didn't know that she would receive and she would put stories on the same day, and people started relating. Are you associated with her?
Oh, okay.
Here I am with maybe I
Right,
don't remember 1,000, 1,500 followers, and there
right,
she is with 100K and more
right,
than that. And people started asking me, "Oh my God, you both have received the same product on the same day. How
right.
is it possible? Are you associated with her?" And then it hit me. Brand. If you receive products from brands, people see,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's very important. But that was not my only motive. I was
Mm.
not associated with brands. Later, when I decided to go into workshop, then I started uh, connecting with brands. But before that, I was just into my craft,
Hmm.
just doing whatever I can, just promoting all the Indian artists, all the
Hmm.
Indian suppliers, how much ever I can,
Hmm.
helping out people and whatever I can do, taking help from people also, of course. And it
Right,
was all going very organically, you can say. And then when I started my workshops, I needed supplies.
right.
So I looked for vendors who can provide me a little discount, maybe because these things are costly.
Hmm.
And then I associated with a brand name Mudra.
Hmm.
The owner is Varshita.
Okay.
She was amazing. And she even sent free goodies for all the participants who used to attend my workshop.
Oh wow.
And that was very big for me. Exactly, that
Yeah.
was very big for me. That,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, she believes in my work so much. We had a talk. Whenever I used to talk to her, like 1 hour, 2 hours,
Hmm.
because when your mindset matches with someone, you
Yeah.
associate with them immediately.
Exactly.
And I connected with her, and it was amazing. And then Shruti from Tubby Craft, she saw my potential, and she asked me
Hmm.
that, will you be the design team member of our brand? And
Hmm.
I was so happy. Like,
Wow.
wow.
Yeah.
If a brand wants, and that to a brand who makes supplies that I am surrounded with,
Yeah.
not
Exactly.
someone else whose products I don't believe in or I don't use. This was
Hmm.
a brand whose products I use.
Hmm.
I was in love with their product, and that's how brand association started. And same time when I got Tubby Craft design team, Marzia Ali, who's the owner of the Dune Box, I had applied for the design team and I got selected. I was
Wow.
among the six core members.
Wow.
and and then I got associated with them. So it all started this year starting.
Amazing.
So from February, yes.
So
But then the
2020 was
COVID
not
happened.
bad after all, huh?
I know. I mean, before, of course, we knew COVID is going to happen or anything like that.
Hmm,
December, I had decided I will make 2020 my year.
hmm, hmm.
This is the year Hues of Memory shines. This is the year I come in notice. This
Yeah,
is the year I shed off that shyness. This is the year I'll come in front of the camera and I'll speak. This
right.
is the year I'll do new things and I'll experiment, even if I fail. And uh, then I start my YouTube channel in April.
And look at you right
And
now. Like, look at you right now.
I was scared. I was scared that I might not be able to speak in front of camera. This is the year, but so many first things have happened. My
Yeah.
first live on Instagram,
Hmm.
where you are thinking, who will come and listen to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Why will people come? But there are people. I received responses from the housewives who have got
Hmm,
some inspiration from me after seeing
hmm.
how I am doing. They're attending my workshops. This is the year where I started online workshops and I
Right.
connected with way more people than I could have imagined.
Yeah.
International people who
Amazing.
ask for
That's really
personal
cool.
workshops. So yeah, and I understand the situation, the pandemic and everything. But somewhere I'm happy that I was able to bring out myself from that shell
Hmm.
that I was holding back myself since the last year, I guess.
Right. That's great. So now talking about the okay. You
Sorry.
mentioned no,
Yeah.
it's okay. You mentioned uh, design team member. So what does a design team member do in those
Okay,
brands?
so you have ambassadors for a brand, right?
Hmm.
Like Ponds will have their own ambassador or maybe different brand. So
Right.
what happens in this world, design team member means there's a brand that makes some supplies that are
Hmm.
useful for us crafters.
Right.
So they'll select few people whose work they like,
Hmm.
and then they will associate with them where they'll send them monthly products
Hmm.
releases, the early releases, and then we have to be committed
Hmm.
to make products from them and put it out there on our blogs, on our social media accounts, wherever
That's
possible.
nice. That's nice.
So it's a win-win for both of us because
Yeah,
I will get a name that I was associated with this brand. They'll give us
exactly.
a badge which we can flaunt on our
Hmm.
Instagram, our
Yeah.
blogs. So it's both ways. And then you make products from them and
Hmm.
you keep the supplies for the lifetime.
That's really
Yeah.
good. That's really good.
And
And
I feel people only see the supplies part, but there's so much hard work that goes
yeah,
goes into the design team members because you have to make a post. You have to there's some professionalism, right?
yeah,
So you have to post for them,
yeah.
and that's why I try and associate myself with brands who I actually believe in,
Hmm.
so that I can promote without any guilt or feeling, oh my god, I don't like this, but I have to promote. So
Exactly, exactly.
I didn't do that because I have people who wait for my reviews for a product and then they buy it. I cannot um,
See, they trust you.
do
They have
wrong to them.
you've built that
Yes.
trust, and they have faith in you so much. They believe you so much. So this is a very positive thing that you've built
Yeah.
over the years. Over the years. And you're rightly saying because
Definitely.
if I'm not wrong, I think it was the founder of Twitter or LinkedIn. I don't know, but that person said that it took me 10 years to make it look like an overnight success.
Yes.
So it's
Definitely.
very true that the hard work that you put in would have been, it was too much to start with, but you somehow managed to, climb step by step, and you have reached a point where you are getting associated with brands, and
Yes.
you're sharing your stories with other people that are getting motivated, coming to you for suggestions, and all these things are happening. So this is a really good position to be in after you have started something on your own.
Yes. And something that I had no clue how to do it because no one near me does that.
Yeah, exactly.
No one I know does that.
Exactly.
And I think you were the first person who I asked, how is it full time? And you gave a good review that had hit
Acha.
me here.
Acha. I didn't know this.
Yes.
Like, I was the first person.
Because I don't know anyone who was pursuing this as a full time back then.
Hmm, hmm,
I was thinking that maybe people do this as a side hobby, side hustle,
hmm, hmm.
something. And I don't know, maybe universe was dropping signs. You
Yeah.
and few other people in that meet,
Hmm.
I am still associated with all of them.
Hmm.
Mostly I know, and some people are there who have just met me once
Yeah.
somewhere in something. Now
Yeah.
they are attending my workshop,
Yeah.
and then they talk about those that time that when I had influence in some or the other way, and I feel, did I? Oh my god, I thought I'm just speaking something, but it did impact. Similarly, I get inspired from people like you, people who are doing this full time. I want to go till the core where it had hit me that they can do it full time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Example, you. And then when you told, don't underestimate yourself, don't undersell yourself also. That was something that
Yeah.
I learned from you. This is something you taught me when we were sitting in the cab, and
Yeah.
you're like, don't undersell yourself, because this thing, oh my god, it's precious. I
Yeah.
because people who have told me something like this were my friends,
Hmm.
friends of friends,
Hmm.
relatives who are
Hmm.
somehow related to me. So I was
Hmm.
like, because they know me and because
Yeah.
they just want to make me happy, they're saying it. Hearing it from a third person who I had
Hmm.
just met few hours before,
Yeah.
it had impacted me.
Hmm.
And that's how I started uh, thinking about pricing. That's
Hmm.
the difficult part for everyone. Now also
Yeah.
people
Exactly.
message me, oh, it's so costly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
We
this.
all have that phase.
And
Yeah.
yes, and I tackle it with like, that's okay, maybe it's not meant for you.
Yeah.
That's it. I
Ex-
don't get offended. I
Yeah.
don't take it on my ego. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
just something. And people who understand it,
Yeah.
they are on cloud nine when they hear, oh my God, it's this much only because you're making it by
Exactly.
hand.
Exactly.
I love those people. I love those people.
See,
You
there's a
understand
thing.
us.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a thing that, if somebody is coming to you, right? So they need something handmade.
Hmm.
And you cannot mention something, that is not going to justify the effort that you're putting in, right?
Yes.
And this is not only the effort, this is all the learning that you've acquired in the past few years that is helping you to make that card in, let's say, half an hour.
Yes.
You charge
That's
for that. So that is something I would, I'm glad that we had that conversation and that
yes.
had a good impact on you, which is like I am really feeling good right now because
Yeah, when I met someone, when I
Hmm,
met people,
uh,
I always look for inspiration from them. I
hmm,
always, even if it's that's the person who everyone's making fun of,
yeah,
but
yeah,
maybe there is something they did good. There's
yeah,
something they do. Maybe why they are on TV, why they are here, why they are in this
yeah,
position.
yeah,
Maybe they did something good. So I try and find as much inspiration as I can.
yeah.
Sometimes it's a very stupid thing, but sometimes I would do that. What would this person do in this situation?
No,
Are
that's a
you
really
going to
good
do this,
thing.
Swati?
That's a really
Yeah,
good thing.
and
Yeah.
it motivates me. When I was doing the 100-day challenge along with my job, with the new pup to take care of, and I
Yeah.
had no prior experience
Yeah.
in petting a dog. How you train him? What
Yeah.
happens? Where do you take him for a walk? What
Yeah.
happens? Everything. I used to get up at maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. I'll make a card. I'll do the cooking. I'll everything I'll arrange at the home, and I'll leave for office.
Hmm.
I'll do my office work, come back, and I won't even make lunch. I would eat there only,
Yeah.
and then I would come back, see what can be done, and if by chance in the morning I was not able to complete the things, I would do in the night.
Hmm.
And not when it comes to the business part, it is not only creating,
Hmm.
selling your work, taking
Hmm.
orders, shipping
Hmm.
them out, packing them,
Right.
marketing, Instagram content,
Right.
captions for your Instagram post, taking good photographs.
Yeah.
Everything comes into picture, and you
A
have to
lot
wear
of
so
things
many
that you do.
hats. Exactly, you have to be a content writer, you have to be a good photographer,
Yeah.
you have to even be a good a marketing person. How do
Yeah.
you sell your work?
Yeah.
Everything you have to take it. So I attended courses.
Hmm.
Skillshare was so much help. I have attended so many courses till now,
Mm-hmm.
offline, online,
Mm-hmm.
where I've learned from all these artists. I have I have joined to these monthly courses where big artists from all over the world,
Hmm.
they'll teach you some of the other thing about art
That's really good.
in that 1 month. Yeah. So it's not only I've read blogs,
Hmm.
plenty, and till now I read where people write about their journey,
Hmm.
where artists write, when artists specifically write that how did they quit their job
Hmm.
and move to full-time art. I read it. I want to know everything.
Any
I want to
particular
know what
blogs
happened
that you
here.
want to mention?
Yeah, I loved the Ink Bucket. Her name
Mm-hmm.
is Vidhi. I attended a personal workshop, met her personally,
Mm-hmm.
and she's an illustrator. She works mostly with gouache, like
Okay.
watercolors.
Okay.
And then she wrote a blog where she was mentioning how it was her journey. She was a NIFT graduate,
Okay.
so for me, it was like you only need designing background for this. But
Mm.
she did NIFT in some other thing, and
Yeah.
then she switched to some other thing, and
Yeah.
that hit me. There are
Yeah.
so many artists who don't have proper professional degrees, but they're so good in their artwork
Yeah.
that they're worldwide known.
Mm.
And that was very inspiring. And there are so many other. After that, I started so many other podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Ross,
Mm-hmm.
mostly knowing about entrepreneurship.
Mm.
There are so many people who are helping creatives like us now
Yeah.
to develop this mindset.
Yeah.
Then there is Mel Robbins. She is
Yeah.
a life
She's good.
coach.
She's good.
She is. Everyone who asks me, what did you, how did you plan out leaving your job? I have one video of hers that I forward to them.
Mm-hmm. That's really
Amazing.
nice.
She changed so many things for me.
She
She
has
doesn't
that
even
five
know.
second rule, you know? You remember
Yes,
that? Yeah, that's
it
like the
helps
amazing
me.
thing.
That helps me
Yeah.
get work done.
Yeah.
Sometimes what happens, I don't have a design, but I have my deadline.
Hmm.
I don't want to work because I have a slight pain in my leg, and that could be an excuse because you had pain in your leg, so you didn't do it.
Yeah.
But then I just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and sit back and do it.
Yeah. That's
Of
good.
course, I do procrastinate.
Yeah,
No one's perfect.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I'm
And
trying to get better.
yeah, that's I think a continuous process. You know, we just some days it does work because we're creatives, and you know, some days we have that spark right in the morning. Okay, I
Yes,
have these ideas, like I need to put them down, and I take my sketchbook and sit down. And I'm sure that's the same for you. And then there are days that okay, it's 10 a.m. already. Okay, now it's 2 p.m. Yeah, so
that's
it
what.
goes.
And people, of course, you would have also heard this phrase, love what you do and do
Yeah,
what you love.
yeah,
I'm living that now.
yeah, that's good.
There are not many people who get this opportunity, and I don't
Exactly,
want to lose it. I
exactly.
am grateful for all the support. I am immensely happy that I'm able to do something that I love. I'm able to craft the life that I
Hmm,
want
hmm.
out of something that was nothing. I mean, corporate. There's no
Yeah.
particular goal there. I mean, I didn't have. People do have. Of
Hmm,
course, it's not bad.
hmm.
For me, maybe it was not working out. And
Yeah.
then people talk about passion.
Hmm,
Follow your passion.
hmm.
You do follow your passion, but with calculated risk and
Yeah,
proper plan.
exactly. That's the most
Yes,
important thing that people miss out, and they just see the, you know, the cooler parts of the things, and then they say, okay, this guy is doing, you know, this such cool stuff that they're doing, or the cool places that they're going to, but they miss out on the important calculations or the risks
yes,
that they take. So this is something, you know, that's very important, and also
definitely.
while you go in the process, I feel that you need to reinvent yourself every time, time and again. And I'm sure you would have, that is I don't know how you came up with the other products, because crafting, and then you have handmade products also.
Yeah.
Because my journey, I was like into handmade stuff. Like I used to say that okay, I wouldn't use colors. I would never use colors. I literally said this to people, and I used to make like black and white illustrations, and you know, big illustration as big as A2, and then I put them on up on you know, these exhibitions, and then people bought it, and I really felt good. That time I said that okay, I'm not going to go for colors any day. Then something happened. And then I
Yes.
some of the I think it was some friend of mine who just came to me and said, dude, why don't you just add one, you know, some color to it and just try. I know you don't want to do it, and you say that you don't want to do it, but just try.
Try.
Yeah. And I said, okay, there's no harm in trying. And look at me right now, like I do colorful illustrations right now, which is that I wouldn't be doing.
And Your illustrations go way into detail. Like I can zoom. I had to zoom so much. This is there. Okay, this is a small, tiny thing here, and it's just amazing. My work was first. I started, of course, with handmade cards.
Yeah.
I had so many skills in hand when
Hmm.
I was crafting and learning, and I was like, where do my hands were itching to use those skills in something
Exactly.
else.
Hmm.
and and then I came up with wooden magnets. So I
Yeah.
have known people who make wooden magnets, but they don't use papers. What they do is they maybe paint on it with acrylics or something. I started with watercolors,
Yeah.
and it turned out so amazing. I used cutouts, I used papers, I
Hmm.
used all my card making skills in that. I even did ink blending that we usually do on papers on wood, and that
Yeah.
was new.
Yeah.
And it turned out good. And last December was a hit where I made more than 50 ornaments,
Wow.
and it was amazing. Like,
That's really a level up for
yeah.
your
So
services.
if you can
Yeah.
see that one,
Yeah.
and then all these frames.
Yeah.
So the sky's the limit. That's a frame I recently did, and I'll show you more. Something
Mhm.
like this.
Oh, this is really nice.
That's made of paper, and it's all
Wow.
ink blending and all.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's 3D. I mean, the paper has a little bit texture to it.
Yeah.
So then I was like, why not do more? And I'll show
Exactly.
this also. This is all watercolors.
Look
Yeah, see
at
this
you. I
here.
mean,
I
you're
have
just
put a
inventing
shell.
your product.
I use my skills on all things. I'll show you this one also. This is
This is
very,
really
this
really
is all
cute.
paper, and this is all paper on a
Yeah.
embroidery loop.
Yeah.
And that's how I started. It was like, for me, I wanted to make things. This is Hyderabad
Yeah. The
Charminar.
Charminar. Yeah.
Yes. So
Nice.
I drew it, I colored it, cut it, pasted it. It's
Yeah.
been more than months, and it's still the same quality.
Yeah.
Nothing has faded. Of course, you need to work with different surfaces, but you need to know how to preserve them, how to conserve them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That I have hidden trial methods a lot, which
Hmm.
varnish to use, which
Hmm.
colors to use, which colors are brighter on wood, which brands brighter on wood. So all those experiments went on.
Hmm.
I've been hoarding supplies like anything, but then it's all just a part of this process
Yeah. Yeah.
where you make a new product that you're proud of.
Hmm.
And then there are products that I'm really, the card making has never left me though. But then I got into scrapbooking,
Hmm.
other paper crafts. So card making is a small part of paper crafts,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
And then making a career out of that was very
Yeah.
new,
Yeah.
because you should be uh, not big enough, but you should have like too many products, people, as they say, too many products
Yeah.
to offer.
Yeah.
But I had just cards. But it was good. People got to know about handmade cards. People wanted to learn from me. That was very new for me. When
Hmm.
I put up my first workshop
Hmm.
banner,
Hmm.
I was like, who will want to learn from me? And it's so
Hmm.
costly also. I was providing them the whole kit with
Yeah.
supplies so that they don't have to go here and there to buy things.
Exactly.
Everything was there.
Okay.
But then it was house full. I mean, it was sold out.
Wow.
I I was like, okay,
I think
that's
that was
good.
the best thing that would have happened that day.
When the 10th person registered, I had only bought supplies for 10 people because
Okay.
I was not in touch with many retailers and all.
Hmm.
I mean, wholesale or something.
Hmm.
Everything was, I don't remember earning much from it, but I
Okay.
remember the satisfaction I got when I taught those 10 people.
Hmm.
And it was amazing. And the reaction they give when they see these kind of tools that they've
Hmm.
never seen in life,
Hmm.
and they're like, oh my God, something like this also exists.
Hmm.
And I'm like, yes, it does. It makes your work easier. That's
Hmm.
what tools are there for.
Right.
And then I didn't stop there. It was my first workshop, and then I took another workshop, and then I kept taking. I wanted to travel to all cities to
Yeah.
give workshops, but due to COVID, I
Yeah.
think it got better because so many people from so many villages are joining now. I
That's
have
great.
had people who are joining me from villages where there is no proper delivery service, so I have to post them the kits via India Post. They join via Zoom or their phone, and they want
Yeah.
to learn.
That's great. That's
And
great.
it's really people who are mothers, who are housemakers. They have
Hmm.
twins.
Hmm.
I can see on the Zoom call their children are, I mean, going at the back, and but
Yeah.
they are dedicated towards
Yeah.
working towards that 4 hours for them. They want to create. They want to learn, I'm seeing people who are doing good. Yesterday, only one of my students from Hyderabad, she sent me a post saying she has started her own blog
Oh,
where
wow.
her first blog, and it was amazing to see her
Yeah.
Raksha Bandhan cards are getting sold. There's so many people
Wow.
who message me.
This is really
Yeah,
cool. So, what are the
and
suggestions?
I
Yeah, please go on. Please go on.
yeah, so first thing that some of my friends were concerned about is, why are you teaching something that you already make money from?
Hmm.
Won't it affect your orders, your thing? And I used to always tell, I think there's enough space for everyone in this world.
Exactly.
There are so many brands who are doing good, and they sell the same type of product. If you're good
Exactly.
at something, if you're good, unique, people will buy from
Mhm. And
you. And I can see, yeah,
no, no,
tell
and
me,
no,
tell me.
I'm just trying to add to what you're saying because I believe in, the fact that once you reach a certain at a certain place, you're at a certain place, you need to pull up someone, and because that is how you add value, because there was somebody
Exactly.
who was pulling you up, right? So that you should never break that chain. I feel so.
Exactly. And sometimes there's no one pulling you up, so
Yeah,
that once you reach at that point,
exactly,
you pull people up. So
exactly.
in my case, it was the second thing.
Okay,
I didn't have any godfather
right,
or any one who was tremendously supporting me apart from my best friends and family.
right.
I didn't have much people.
Hmm.
So, and there was no one in India who I could take card making classes from. So I
Hmm.
learned everything on my own.
Hmm.
Even though it costed me a lot, I
Hmm.
used to, I haven't bought clothes before my marriage for a long time.
Ah,
Everything Utkarsh knew what he had to gift me.
yeah.
Clothes, stuff that girls use,
Yeah,
makeup.
yeah,
I don't buy it.
yeah.
Of course, I love food, so I used to travel, I mean, along the cafes and go for food, but I would rarely spend on
Hmm.
clothes and
Hmm. Hmm.
expensive stuff.
Exactly.
And I used to only spend on craft supplies.
Yeah.
The better supplies I can get, where I can get
Yeah.
everything. And that's what I feel, that when you are at a certain point, I don't say that I'm very famous, popular,
Yeah.
nothing.
Doesn't matter
But
where you are, but somebody is looking up
exactly,
to you, right?
that's
If you're
and
at a
when people send
position.
me messages, it
Huh.
inspires me. Okay, this person is looking up to me. I
Yeah.
have to be. I mean,
Exactly.
I have to be. What do you say? Up to the mark, or I have to
Exactly.
stay to their mark. I have to
Exactly.
create. And that's really good. And when my students ping me that, and when they put stories that they're selling cards or they're
Hmm.
selling other products, it makes me happy. It makes me
That-
very happy.
Yeah.
I have even bought from so many card makers, and they were shocked that you make cards. Why do you buy from us?
Yeah.
I'm like, I try and help in whichever way I can. So
Hmm.
sometimes I don't have a card, but I have to give it to someone.
Hmm.
So I do that. And plus, via me, Utkarsh also buys a lot of things from other people.
Hmm. That's good.
So there are many, yeah, so there are many card makers. I'll tell him, see, this is on sale for her.
Hmm.
And can you just check once if you need something?
Yeah.
And then he'll check, and he has kept it. He maybe frames it and he
Yeah.
sticks it. He likes doing all that.
That's really good.
And he buys from me also, sometimes what happens when I create something, yeah, he comes to my room and
Huh?
he comes into the studio and says, okay, this is done. I say, yes. Wow.
Swati, I think your audio is muted. I cannot hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Is it better?
Yeah, yeah, now it's working.
Okay, so I was telling about Utkarsh. So whenever I make something, I paint something or I make a card, he's like, are you making it for order? I will say, no, I'm just making it for my challenge or something.
Hmm.
He'll ask me, what else have you made? I'll show him. He'll pick
Hmm.
something and he'll be like, how much would you sell it for? I'll tell him the price. He'll pay me the amount and he'll be like, I'm taking this.
Okay.
He has my paintings framed in his office.
Huh.
Of course, now we don't go to he doesn't go to office, but he has so many paintings pinned up there. My first watercolor paintings is something that he took from my desk, and he has happily went and pinned up in his office.
I think I should invite him to my workspace when he's in Delhi.
Definitely, and he loves it. He loves buying from other people. He however he can support,
Hmm.
and not only card making, people who put up other things,
Yeah.
people who put a workshop. I
Yeah.
gift workshops to my friends, my
Hmm.
family
Hmm.
of other artists.
That's good.
because I know it will help them boost their
Mm.
confidence in some or the other way. And maybe someone is doing for me.
Yeah.
So I try and do this. I try and buy from small businesses as much as possible, even though it would cost me something more because, of course, it's a small
Yeah.
business. They're putting so
Yeah.
much of it. It's not Amazon.
Yeah.
But then too, I just buy. I just buy from them.
That's really nice of you to support the upcoming, artists and all. So I would like to ask you this, though, like this would be
Yeah.
the first question that people ask you. Like, what do you suggest to the people who are just starting out in card making? The most common
Well,
question, I guess, is this. So,
um, what I would just say, never copy someone's work.
hmm,
First thing is that.
hmm, hmm,
Even if I copy someone's work, I make a card, or maybe I'm trying to use
hmm,
the same technique that I've done, I never sell that card.
hmm,
That sometimes never makes to my Instagram feed also.
hmm, hmm.
Because I don't want that person whose work I've done, and I don't want likes or comments on someone else's hard work,
Yeah,
which these days it's becoming very difficult. I mean, you must be
it's
seeing so many people copying each other's work.
sort of
And
a
when you're
trend.
starting out, yeah, it's of a trend. And
Of a
then
trend.
just be very unique. If you think hard, if you have that thing in you, if you sit for 20 minutes with supplies around you, how can I do this? Just try and sketch something. You will come up with something. I
Hmm,
have seen that,
hmm.
and I feel if I can do it, anyone can do it. It I have what do you say, a focus like
Yeah.
a dog, 5 second focus, and that's it. It's gone. Somewhere I am somewhere else, and then I'm somewhere else, and somewhere
Okay.
lost. It's
Okay.
like that. And if you try and make, of course, first invest in learning more
Hmm,
rather than thinking how to make money out of it.
hmm, hmm.
That's one more thing that people are losing. The main thing,
Okay.
uh, quick money. How can I
Yeah,
sell this?
that's
If I
true.
made this for practice, how can I sell this?
Hmm,
I just want to sell it. I just want to make money.
hmm.
Even if I sell it for peanuts, I'll just sell it.
Yeah,
No, don't do that.
yeah.
Don't do
That's a
that.
very good,
I
very good
have done
insight.
it. Yeah, I've done it for a time frame
Hmm,
before, for a few things, because I wanted to sell things.
hmm,
Selling many things doesn't mean you're successful.
hmm,
Getting satisfaction out of it,
hmm,
like I sold this for maybe X,
hmm,
I am happy.
hmm,
This is what it was destined for. If I'm selling it for X by 2,
hmm,
I may have sold it to 2 people, but
hmm,
I wouldn't be happy
hmm.
because I am undervaluing my work.
Okay.
So that's very important. Plus, keep learning too much. Invest in your learning. I have invested, I don't know, maybe lakhs of rupees in my investment. I've bought courses, $200, $300 courses.
Wow.
I've learned from it because I wanted to grow.
Hmm.
Only way you can grow is by learning, adding to your database, adding to your knowledge,
Right.
whatever you can, how much ever you can.
Right.
If you feel that this is something you should want to do, should do. Plus, for me, it's always about searching where I can learn more things from. Do your research, even if it's card making. I won't say it's the what do you say, trendiest thing.
Hmm.
Of course, entrepreneurship is very common these days. Everybody wants to own a
Yeah.
business, but have a little thinking before it.
Yeah.
Don't get too emotional or attached to your work that no, I want to do this. I even not only card making, you'll see so many calligraphers, so many
Yeah.
people who are coming out now, so many watercolor artists who
Hmm.
just started a month or maybe 2 months back. Their work, I won't judge anyone else's work, but compared to other people, I would say that they need to learn. They need to learn more. Even I need to learn more till now, many
Hmm.
parts. But then uh, judge your work on your own. Never ask someone else to judge your work. If you feel you are there, go out there and sell
Yeah.
your work.
Yeah.
But then if you judge others, and if you want others to judge your work,
Hmm.
it makes you fall into that trap
Yeah.
that तुम्हारा भी अच्छा है, तुम्हारा भी अच्छा है. I mean, yours is also good. Okay,
Right.
yours is also good, and then you're missing the whole point here.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Right.
all about how good is your work. If
Right.
you feel it's good, it's good.
Yeah.
Artworks never are bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's unique, but don't copy.
Yeah.
Don't copy the concepts. Bring your own new, unique things.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. I think under selling your work is very bad.
Yeah,
Learned it.
yeah. So that's how you realize things, and that's how you grow. So this
Yes.
is a really amazing conversation that we've had, because on Detox we never had conversations with a crafter, somebody who makes
Yeah.
cards, the art of card making. We talked a lot about things, a lot of things actually. So this was a really amazing conversation, and
Thank you.
I'm sure that a lot of people are going to come back to me and ask for you. So I'm definitely going to relay them to you, and I would really thank you for taking your time out, and breaking down the whole process, your whole process to me. And because uh, it is very rare that people do this, and sometimes people are not as interested as they are to they don't want to share the knowledge. Okay, so thank you for doing that, especially about card making, because this is very rare, as you said, in India, and I especially
Yeah.
don't see many people doing this. The kind of cards that you create are on a different level, and this is something really uh, very, very, what do you say, niche, your niche basically.
Yes.
Yes, so thank you for doing this with me today.
Thank you so much. And I just want to add something. So my first live session
Hmm.
was with a very good friend of mine, Jaya.
Hmm.
She has a Instagram page named as Happy Cube, and there I shared my journey. It went on for 2 hours. Everyone liked it,
Wow.
and people were asking me, then why don't you start a podcast? Okay. I don't know if universe heard them, me, or
Okay.
something, and this happened.
Wow. I
I am
feel
so
really
thankful
good.
to you. Yeah, I am so thankful, and you know how grateful I am. You know how thankful I am. I've told you like zillions of times this,
Yeah.
but this is something that's very unique for someone like me. I mean, this year was the first year where I came in newspapers on Women's Day,
Hmm.
on a local newspaper,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. It's amazing to see your parents so proud of you. You're
Yeah.
doing something so much. They wanted me to do engineering apart from anything. So stereotyping everything. Uh, they wanted me to be an engineer. Of course, they invested their time and money, efforts into it. And then when I left everything, and then I wanted to share that I will be doing this now, when they see me grow,
Hmm.
it's I can see the joy in their eyes. They have joined me in various workshops where I teach, and my father feels so proud. I
Wow.
have photographs of them watching me like this when
Amazing.
I'm teaching.
Yeah.
And my mother, she's asking all the participants, did she teach well? How was she? Was she a good teacher? Can you imagine
Mom
my
is always a
siblings
mom.
being there? My siblings being there, everyone being there, and when everything is done, my father coming and helping to arrange everything back, to
Nice.
just pack everything in the suitcase, and Utkarsh
Nice.
being there.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see how this has brought together my family also so well that they have understood the importance that okay, if you're meant to do something,
Yeah.
and if you're hardworking and consistent and good at it, you will
Yeah.
achieve something.
Definitely.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Like
That's
people
really
ask me, how did you convince your parents?
cool.
I didn't require any convincing. They
Hmm.
saw how hardworking I was,
Hmm.
and then they were like, just do it, just go for it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Just go for it.